news, my wonderful people. Nigerians decide 2023 how AREWA House turned battleground for presidential candidates. Yes, this is what INEC chairman is making Nigerians to be aware of. All the presidential candidates have at one time or the other had opportunity to speak at the AREWA's house. But see what is really going on, how it has turned into a battle, turned into a battleground. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Nigerian decide 2023 how AREWA House turns battleground for presidential candidates. The dust is yet to settle over the recent interaction section organized by the AREWA Joint Committee with the leading presidential candidates in the 2023 presidential election. Since the section, some persons who participated in the event at the AREWA's house gave their verdict on how far the presidential candidate fell. The development came even as tongue have been waggling that the committee may have endorsed a particular candidate to the detriment of others and honored the invitation of the northern elders. Though the committee has said that the interaction was not meant to endorse any candidate for the election, a competent source said northern leaders may have already endorsed one of their own who have both financial and moral influence on all the blocks that constituted the AREWA Joint Committee. The AREWA Joint Committee is made up of the AREWA Conservative Forum, Northern Elders Forum, Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation, Jimat Mati AREWA, AREWA House, Center for Historic Development Research, and AREWA Research Development Project. The AREWA leaders has permitted weeks invite the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi, People Redemption Party, PRP, Kola Abiola, Social Democratic Party, Adewale Adebayo, People Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and others. This is what has caused a serious problem. However, Kwankwaso Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress, New Nigerian People's Party, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. However, Kwankwaso did not participate in the interaction, alleging that a particular candidate has already been endorsed, and therefore it would be a waste of his time to honor such invitation. Meanwhile, participants and key observers of the interaction section gave their verdicts on the matter. For the matter and how things have gone on in all of this. Some of them have said with what they have, with how the candidate has fared, it is clear that a particular candidate may already have been chosen. It was a waste of time for him to honor such invitation. For the former Secretary General of AREWA Conservative Forum, Mr. Antonio Sani, the expectation has been for the presidential candidate to dwell. The interaction has been that Mr. Antonio said for the presidential candidate to dwell on their best and be able to overcome the myriad of challenges of the nation's socio-economic challenges with the resources at their disposal, considering the challenges are commonplaces and well known by the public. What are we well known and understood are the approaches for solution by different candidates. More so, that power of governance to resolve problem is not limitless. The candidate truly tried their best to dwell on real issues of real concerns for real original Nigerians as against political ideas. The only area which did not receive the needed attention are the sources of funds needed for the execution of their campaign promises, considering Nigeria is a third world country in their need for funds and for high financial expectation from government. This is the area that they did not really dwell on, because some campaign promises could be too good to be true. Most of the candidates understood and were realistic enough not to promise air condition road. Those who listed were used in expectation by the candidate are information, enlightenment, electorate, so that the judgment during the vote would be well informed. These are some of the things that have been talked about in this election process. Well, my wonderful people, the AREWA's house became a place where they all had to meet and to decide what would be happening to them, to their future, if you ask me. And more people have continued to see to it that as it stands, Nigeria, with all that is currently going on, the days are upon us where truth must become the order of the day. Otherwise, things may truly, sincerely fall apart. Honestly, sincerely speaking, with all that have happened, with all that have gone on, it is high time that Nigerians begin to look at things more critically and ensure that we are putting, things in order for us to be able to, move as a nation. So this is what is happening. This is what is going on. Anyway, my wonderful people, it is important that Nigerians begin to look at the whole political terrain and ensure that we're not deceiving ourselves. We must ensure we are not deceiving ourselves. Some are saying it's by miracle that, Peter Obi will win. Well, you call it a miracle. That's why it's a miracle. Something you never expected, something you never dreamt about, something you cannot really pinpoint how it happened, but yet it happened. So expect miracles in 2023. Like Buhari's aide has said. It said it's only by miracle that, our very own brother, Peter Obi, will be able to get to that position. So most of the candidates have been invited and they've given their own perspective as to what they want to do. However, how are these really affecting us now and here and now? How is this affecting us? How is this affecting every one of us? So it is what it is. If we want to really make a change, I want to really see, the good of the day and ensure that we are getting what we need to do, then Nigerians, every one of us needs to arise and ensure that none of them, take advantage of us. We must arise to the occasion and ensure that we admit, okay, and we stand on the pedestal of truth without allowing them to disregard us. None of them can do that. We can't allow them to disregard us, and throw us to the background. Okay, we do not need people who are not honest, people who are thieves, who should be in jail, coming to promise us air-conditioned road. Well, you know that the North, as it stands, has more states than the South, and with the census that has not been done for such a long time, there is what we call an assumption number of Nigerians, and so everybody is giving numbers as to what they think the number is, and so they feel the North has a lot more people than the South. And so most of their focus and attention is being drawn to how they could possibly, get the North to vote for them. So these are things that are happening. Bye for now.